All right, I guess I'll weigh in on this James Mangold business. Um, Saying as people call it a temper tantrum, a meltdown. Yeah, they're pretty applicable here. The basic thing is Matthew Kadish, who I've never heard of, but apparently he has a podcast and a YouTube channel, and website and all that, which apparently means you cannot have opinions. This is one of the points Mangold makes through this tirade. But initially, all it was Matthew Kadish tweeted, "To anyone thinking hashtag Indiana Jones 5 might be good, just let me point out, Steven Spielberg is not directing. Kathleen Kennedy is producing. Harrison Ford is 78 years old. It's written by Jonathan Kasdan, who wrote Solo." All right. Where did he go wrong here? Well, he went wrong about Jonathan Kasdan. And that's it. Everything else he stated here is true. And he's just giving a list that's giving him pause. He thinks these are the odds stacked against the movie. It does not mean the movie will be bad. It could be good. But this is what gives him pause. It's perfectly understandable. Indiana Jones was born out of the friendship between Spielberg and Lucas. I don't know if that friendship exists today. But whatever, Spielberg is not directing it. Kathleen Kennedy, well, yeah, well, her name's been on all these super popular movies and whatnot until lately, when she's completely in charge. Yeah, the whole Star Wars debacle, that's on her. So her appearing here is a negative. Sorry, but it's true. Harrison Ford is 78 years old. Yeah, well, 78-year-old action hero. You know, now to be fair, and I'll get into this when Mangold responds, that obviously he knows he's 78 years old, and you can you write your script accordingly. So I'm assuming that'll be done. Now there's speculation, again, rumor, which I depending on whether or not you have a YouTube channel or a website, you can speculate on as to whether or not there'll be the CGI done on the film, and there will be some flashbacks. The rumors, again, rumors, but I have a YouTube channel, so I'm probably not allowed to speculate on this, that apparently there will be some flashbacks to World War II and that sort of thing. Whatever, that's fine, but I'm assuming, again, speculating, that the entire film will not be all CGI set in the past. So, well, be that as it may, but he gets attacked for being ageist for stating a simple fact. How about this scenario? You cast a morbidly obese man to play Superman. So, well, if you say, "Oh, don't be ridiculous, of course I wouldn't do that." Oh, you wouldn't, would you? So, fat shaming, huh? See how that works? There are certain realities and aspects to things that you wouldn't cast someone in the role. But in this crazy era, yeah. So these are the points I'm making about Kadish here, where how Mangold responds. He's just listing things that he thinks are troubling about the aspects of the film being good. It's not a complete conclusion here. I don't understand why that's not easy to see, but that's what he did. Mangold responds, "Thanks, Matt. Keep making the world a better place crapping." Okay, here we go. Is there anything about crapping in Matthew Kadish? No. Does he even mention Mangold? No, he does not. Does he personally insult him in any way? No. Does he insult his house? A certain room in the house? No, he doesn't. Crapping on things in the first week of production from your basement. You see? 2 insults. So he does this. The man didn't crap on anything. The point buried in this is that it's the first week of production. That's right. It's unfair to judge a film. Now, he's talking about certain realities of it other than the script. So he points that out. Never seen a script by John. Nothing against him, just reality. Yeah. So Kadish was wrong. He made a mistake. He thought he was. He wasn't. Okay. Then he goes, they're all hugely talented. Well, not Kathy. Sorry. She's had more than enough opportunity to prove what these talents are. They're non-existent. So, I understand she's the boss, but come on. So, and that's the nature of it. It goes on and on and on, and that's the other bizarre thing about this. Why this long? It goes around in circles. He's not a fan. What is that anyway? Well, then how do you know? Saying he shouldn't have tagged him. He didn't tag him. He says, well, someone responding to you did. Well, you're admitting he didn't tag you, or at you, or what have you. He says he doesn't, I haven't crapped on fans or whatever when he had been all day. So then again, what's the definition of a fan and all that? It's just, you messed up and you realized it. And so now you're trying to smart ass your way out of it, and you can't. So that's the problem. He's bitter, he's angry, he's insulting. He has points on his side. But, Kadish here, he didn't do any of that. So that's the problem. So when all this said and done, after all this, then he finally gets to the point he should have made. He says, I'm going to do the best job I can. We're working very hard on it and all that. Yeah. Okay. But now, with this reaction, now he adds himself to the list of why there's a problem. Because why? Why is he so upset? One of the knocks against him is that he's another Hollywood elitist who's had his ass kissed too many times, and suddenly he doesn't get it kissed, and he's upset, even though it isn't so much directed at him initially. But nevertheless, that's one of the theories as to his attitude. Well, yeah, maybe. But it seems like maybe there's problems, And he's upset and lashing out and whatnot. Or he's something else going on and he's just not having a good day. I don't know. But now there's even more concern about the film being bad. So it's unfortunate, but he was wrong. Just was. That's this terrible attitude. It was uncalled for. I mean, you can point out, yes, that's not the scriptwriter. Look, man, give me a chance. We're just started working on it. It's a bit unfair to prejudge it and all of that. Of course, the points he's making is, the Lucasfilm is the main point here, and the way it's been behaving, and what it did to fans of Star Wars, which is absolutely wrong, and all that. He actually responds to that saying, I understand that. Oh, do you? Well, then what's the problem here? Yeah. So, had he just stuck to the, look, we're working hard on it. We're going to do the best job we can to make it good. And, it's premature to judge it at this point, based on that list of stuff and, paparazzi pictures, which is all we've seen of the production. So, okay, all that's fair. Perfectly fine. There was no call for him to be all nasty about it and everything. He accuses Kadish of being nasty. Based on what? So he says, well, blah, 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 he's ageist. No, he isn't. So that's why it's like, is there something else to this that we just don't know? Which, of course, brings it back to, well, now we have more concerns about this film. So he's a good director. If they've got a cool idea of why there would be another adventure of Indiana Jones at this time, fine, then that'll be great. But, thinking of Indiana Jones 4 was a mistake, and the likelihood of this one being a mistake too is very high. There's a lot of odds against it, but maybe Mangold can pull it out. Best of luck to him, but this idiocy was completely unnecessary.
Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to IndiePlanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr. Nelson Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nelson.